before we do the fund and need, I would like now to introduce Lorna Milani. You've heard from her mom, and now I'd like to introduce Lorna, who's 14 years old, and a very accomplished young lady who'd like to come up and say a few words. Come on, Lorna. And she looks beautiful.
Thank you, Mom, and thank you, Jessica, for inviting me to speak here tonight. Halloween tradition involves the carving of pumpkins, the sorting of candy, and the wearing of masks. There is something so exhilarating, so electrifying, in pretending to be someone else, wearing the mask of a superhero, a politician, or a clown. This must have been true throughout time, for the word mask can be traced back to medieval Latin and Arabic languages. In the 16th century French royal court, a masque, or the Italian masquerade, expanded the meaning to include a performance or dance. Along with elaborate costumes, the masquerade ball was a popular form of entertainment where lovers were allowed to dance together and the restraints of class abandoned. We are also very familiar with the word's deviation, mascara, and how it draws attention to the eyes, making them appear more beautiful and defined. A word of historical and contemporary significance, the mask holds a deeper meaning. We have all worn masks at some point of our lives. We wear masks literally as a child, begging for candy at the neighbor's door on Halloween night, or metaphorically, pretending to be calm and confident under pressure on a new job. We have all sorts of reasons to hide behind a mask, but every mask has to come off eventually, revealing the true self beneath. I was born with bilateral profound hearing loss. My parents scheduled my cochlear implant surgery at Stanford Hospital when I was 11 months old. They made the important decision to help me transition into the hearing world. Having access to sound at such a young age gave me the critical time during 3 important years of preschool to immerse myself in language and refine my speech at the Weingarten Children's Center. After my CI was programmed, I struggled to make sense of the sounds filling my head. Even though I was an active child, more interested in climbing and learning language, I was constantly encouraged by the amazing teachers and therapists at the WCC to use my voice to get what I wanted, to say what I felt, to use good manners, and to make new friends. These skills are not just important for a deaf child, but for every child, and they still serve me now. My therapists and teachers, including Sharon Mutini and Karen Erickson, were very patient with me. Patient beyond belief. With the gentle force of Hercules, they asked me to trust my bionic ear, to listen until I understood. They encouraged me again and again when they knew that I needed to say it for myself. Every person I encountered at the school, under the guidance of Kathy Sussman, believed in me. How did they know I could do it before I knew I could? Without that foundation, those 3 short but critically important years of preschool, I would have missed out on so much that life has to offer. To be able to listen and speak well is such a gift, one I cannot imagine living without. Since those golden years at the Weingarten Children's Center, I attended mainstream private schools. As a young child, I wanted to be like the others, the ones who didn't need equipment for hearing. So I wore a mask to pretend that I was just like them. I worked hard academically and athletically to compete with my peers and downplay my hearing loss. I found ways to avoid drawing attention to my equipment, like changing my battery discreetly because I didn't want to hear them whisper, "What is that?" My brother and I were the only students with hearing loss at our school, so it seemed easier to wear a mask than to have to answer really personal questions about my health and my body, the differences that make me uncomfortable. I guess I have worn that mask pretty well. People are always surprised when they find out I was born deaf. They just can't believe it. They say, "You are just like all the other kids. I never would have guessed you have hearing loss." It's always hard for me to be complimented on being something other than myself. It's like saying, "Wow, you really fooled us with that mask of yours, pretending to be like us, people that hear." Sometimes I just don't feel like drawing attention to my cochlear implants or my hearing loss, but I know that I am the only one who can advocate for myself, and that makes me in charge of me. Things changed in middle school. It was then that I fully realized that my cochlear implant would always be a part of me, a worthy part. I began to feel proud of who I was and what I had overcome at such a young age. So instead of hiding behind a mask, I revealed my inner source of strength. What makes me different makes me special. I am a bright, motivated, compassionate, hardworking girl with a CI. I am ready to show the world exactly what I'm made of and what I have struggled through. I live with hearing loss, and I use a cochlear implant to hear. Now, as a freshman in high school, my goal is to expand the world's understanding of cochlear implants and their wonderful benefits. The Weingarten Children's Center is where I first discovered the truth about myself, to delight in listening and speaking, to love the girl behind the mask and just be me. The school was a safe haven where I was taught that I am special. Every classroom teacher, every therapist, every person who helped me during my 3 years of preschool, and most of all, my parents, believed in me and affirmed me. I don't need to pretend to be something or somebody else. I am special just the way I am. Let's celebrate tonight the miracles that happen every day at the Weingarten Children's Center. Let's help the school serve every child who could benefit from their support, for they'll grow to learn that they are special too, and that the mask has to come off, revealing the beauty of the true self beneath. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Roscoe and I'm 9